35,000 years ago, Earth was not the world we know today. The northern hemisphere was locked in ice and wind. Average temperatures were dozens of degrees colder than now. Snow did not fall straight down, it flew sideways, shredded by relentless gales into invisible blades. Stretching from Europe to Siberia lay a vast land known as the mammoth steppe, an ice age grassland. Not forest, not desert, but a cold, dry sea of grass, harsh and nutrient poor, yet capable of sustaining the largest land animals ever to walk the earth. In this world lived a creature that once held a central role, yet today is almost forgotten: the woolly rhinoceros. The Ice Age rhinoceros was unlike any rhino alive today. It weighed between 2 and 3 tons. Its body was covered in thick, double-layered fur. Beneath the skin lay a dense layer of insulating fat. Its shoulders rose into a powerful hump, a mass of muscle designed to break through snow. But its most striking feature was its horn. The front horn could reach 1 meter in length, curving forward. It was not merely a weapon. Fossil analysis reveals abrasion patterns on the horn's surface aligned front to back, consistent with a very different function: clearing snow to reach food. During winters that lasted nearly year-round, grass lay buried beneath hardened ice. The rhinoceros used its horn like a plow, sweeping snow aside to expose dry, brittle stalks, its primary source of nourishment. It was a perfectly engineered survival machine. The woolly rhinoceros did not live alone. Sharing the frozen steppe were woolly mammoths, ancient bison, Ice Age wild horses, giant antlered deer, and above them all the apex predators: cave lions, larger than modern African lions, heavily muscled, adapted to cold and scarcity, living and hunting in groups. A healthy adult rhinoceros was nearly invulnerable. Thick skin, massive strength, a horn capable of crushing bone. But nature does not require perfection, only one mistake. A wound, a slip, a winter longer than the last. Dawn does not arrive with color. It arrives with cold. Wind sweeps across the Ice Age steppe, carrying dry snow that skims the ground like ash. In the gray-white vastness, a massive shape stands motionless, wrapped in dark, shaggy fur, its shoulders rising like a living ridge of stone. The rhinoceros awakens. Its first breath bursts into the air, a plume of white vapor torn apart by the wind. It does not roar. It does not stretch. It stands still, listening to the world through its nostrils, through its skin, through the faint tremors traveling up from the frozen ground beneath its feet. Hunger. It begins to move. Each step lands heavily, cracking the crust of snow beneath its weight. More than 2 tons of muscle and bone advance slowly, deliberately. The shoulders and neck work as a single unit, built to push against headwinds and temperatures far below freezing. The rhinoceros lowers its head. Its long forward curving horn drives into the snow. One powerful sweep, then another. Snow scatters to either side, revealing brittle yellow grass beneath. Tough, sparse, but alive. Its jaws grind steadily, wasting nothing. Every mouthful is a negotiation with the cold. Far away, the ground begins to tremble. The rhythm is deep and even, spreading outward like a slow wave. A herd of woolly mammoths emerges along the edge of the plain, towering forms, cloaked in coarse, curling hair, ivory tusks arcing pale against the gray sky. They move as one body. They do not acknowledge the rhinoceros. Each species keeps its own distance, its own rhythm, yet their presence changes the land. The snow is pressed down, grass exposed, the frozen earth stirred into motion. The rhinoceros continues feeding, but its awareness tightens. The wind shifts. A different scent slips into the air. Not grass, not ice, meat. The rhinoceros stops. Across the steppe, Near low ridges of rock, a low, compact shape moves close to the ground. Then another. They do not rush, they glide. Smilodons. Saber-toothed cats. They do not roar, they do not threaten. Their long, curved fangs flash briefly as they breathe, their eyes fixed, cold and measuring, locked onto the massive figure feeding in the open. The rhinoceros turns slowly, keeping its horn pointed toward the danger. It does not panic. It knows its size. It knows its strength. But it also knows this truth. Predators do not need to attack immediately. They wait. They look for a mistake. A slip. A turned back. The mammoths draw closer, unknowingly crossing the hunting ground. A young mammoth stumbles on the ice and cries out. Instantly, one of the saber-tooths breaks away, charging toward the herd. The steppe explodes into motion. Adult mammoths pivot as one, forming a defensive ring. Tusks swing outward. Feet pound the ground in warning. The earth shakes. The saber-tooth halts just short of contact. It knows the limit. The cats retreat, dissolving back into wind and snow. Throughout the chaos, the rhinoceros does not move. It does not flee. It does not advance. When the plain settles again, it lowers its head and resumes feeding. Afternoon drifts by under a dim, colorless sky. The wind strengthens. Snow thickens, erasing old tracks. The rhinoceros moves toward lower ground where the wind breaks, clearing snow more quickly, eating faster, storing energy for the night ahead. Then a sudden rush of air behind it. The saber-tooth returns. This time, only one. It moves closer now, bolder. It lunges toward the rhinoceros's hind leg. A single kick snaps backward like a hammer. The impact cracks through the air. The cat is thrown aside, tumbling across the snow, snarling in pain before disappearing into the white. Silence returns. Dusk falls quickly, as it always does in the Ice Age. The sun sinks behind heavy clouds, staining the sky a deep red, like a wound that refuses to close. Temperatures plunge. The wind softens but cuts deeper. The rhinoceros finds a low rise, sheltered from the worst of the gusts. It turns in place, positioning its massive body as a barrier, then stands still. Its breathing slows, steady and deep, each exhale blooming into pale mist. Night settles over the Ice Age steppe. Somewhere in the distance, the mammoths continue their migration. Somewhere in the darkness, saber-toothed cats wait for another chance. And the rhinoceros alone, silent, immovable, stands at the center of a world that offers no mercy. It does not know tomorrow. It does not know extinction. It knows only this. Today, amid wind, ice, and fangs, it has survived. And in the Ice Age, that is everything. Cave lions did not attack immediately. They watched. They waited. They targeted weak points, the hind legs, the groin, old injuries. The rhinoceros turned in place, keeping its horn pointed outward, forming a living fortress. A single kick could kill a predator. One charge could shatter ribs. But this hunt was not measured in minutes. It was measured in days. Blood slowly lost. Strength slowly drained. And when the rhinoceros could no longer fight, the lions would return. Yet Ice Age nature was not shaped by animals alone. Around 40,000 years ago, another species spread across the steppe. Modern humans. They had no claws, no fangs, no immense strength, but they possessed intelligence, stone-tipped spears, fire, strategy, and coordinated group hunting. Humans did not regularly hunt woolly rhinoceroses. They were too dangerous. But when an individual was wounded, trapped by terrain, or weakened by predators, humans became the deciding factor. They did not need to be fast. They did not need to be strong. They only needed patience. Yet the greatest enemy of the woolly rhinoceros was not the cave lion, nor was it humanity alone. It was climate. Around 20,000 years ago, Earth began to warm. Ice retreated. Moisture increased. Dry grasslands transformed into wetlands and forests. Grass, the rhinoceros's primary food, disappeared. A species engineered for cold, dry, windswept plains could not adapt to the new world. The woolly rhinoceros did not vanish because it was weak. It vanished because the world changed too quickly. The final woolly rhinoceroses disappeared approximately 14,000 years ago. Their footprints were sealed in permafrost. Their skin, fur, even internal organs preserved in Siberian ice. As if time itself had paused, waiting for modern humans to ask the question, how could a creature so powerful vanish? And if it could not survive climate change, what about us? The woolly rhinoceros left no legends, no memories, only fossils and silence. But within that silence is a clear message. Strength does not save those who cannot adapt. In a world warming faster than at any time in recorded history, the story of the woolly rhinoceros is not merely about the past. It is a warning.